Okay, how's it going, YouTube? CEO Dev here, and I'm basically a gamer who likes to play at high levels, and I want to try to be able to get those who casually play or don't really take games that seriously to get better at games naturally, just for the fun of it or the sport of it. Now, that's just me. The reason why I'm making this video and my title is like this and my thumbnail is like this, and I'm not trying to be like the crowd or try to be a part of a popular conversation or a popular vote for views. I want to get views based on the community that enjoys the content that I make and having the opinions that I have. Obviously, I want to have a very interactive community. I want to be an entertainer for my community as well. So, besides that, well, an entertainer and also someone who can be an educator, right? So getting people better at games. But besides that, I want to talk about more about why I feel so influenced to make this kind of video, and that's because I feel like things have become so toxic in the world, whether it's politics or whatever. I don't really care what you're into. I mainly like to play games, and I feel like toxicity has hit my games, to be honest. And I feel like a lot of people can't disagree because whether you're a casual player or a competitive player, I'm sure you can agree that most people have just become so toxic and have missed the guideline for why we make certain games and why we choose to be competitive. And what I'm trying to say is that people have taken this concept of trying to be so opinionated and thinking that just having an opinion about something is being yourself and being a gamer who is someone who enjoys the game, so your opinion matters. I don't think that's true. And the reason why I say that is because I've been watching some content. I love watching YouTube, but I've been watching a lot of YouTube content, and there's some creators that I understand, there's some creators I agree with, and there's some creators I don't agree with. The majority of content that I see going around about this game, specifically Marvel Rivals, which is why I'm recording it on Marvel Rivals, is because of the fact that it's just gotten this majority of negative views. Like if you look at the majority of content for Marvel Rivals, it's mostly people complaining. And I'm not hating on the complainers. Like I'm just saying, like I understand complaining about a game, but the reality of life is that we do what we want and we do what we enjoy. Because when we do what we enjoy, we can understand when something goes wrong, why that's not enjoyable. But I feel like a lot of gamers in the content I see is just people like trying to rage bait or people trying to make content and think that it's some opinion that a majority agree with when it's not the case. And I don't understand. This is common sense. If you want to give information or facts to the majority, then you might as well actually do research about it or at least try to have some accomplishments to show that you have an opinion. Because if someone with accomplishments, or as we look at it, a degree, we would listen to them more because they actually understand. They did the study, they did the research. I don't understand why a lot of gamers or quote unquote gamers, I call them fake gamers, think they have an opinion for how the balance of a video game should go for both competitive and casual. And they're like not even trying to get better at the game in general. It doesn't matter if they play ranked or casual. It means that you put time in that comes from your life and your own free will. You put time in your life into a game that doesn't make sense. Like like meaning it doesn't make sense that you come to play this game, but you come to complain instead of try to get better at it and try to make fun out of it. The thing is, you could do anything else in your life that's fun and entertaining. Why don't you let gamers who actually have fun with this and actually want to play it for what it is and be competitive actually give an opinion about it? Why are we listening to those who got trapped in COVID and were forced to game because they don't know how to entertain themselves, think that they're gamers now and think that they should have an opinion? I mean, I watched the video and I'll probably play the clip right after I say it. I watched the video of some dude talking about how maybe Marvel Rivals made the wrong game mode and that's why the game isn't good. Uh, Using the example of his wife coming home and wanting to play this game mode that just released, the PvE game mode for Marvel Rivals. I don't know if it's gone now. I haven't been playing. Oh no, it's still here. So this game mode. I've done it too, but I did it mainly for the rewards. Because I want the title or whatever it is, right? Like you can see, I have the title Zombies in, and I have the Queen Slayer, whatever it is. But it's the fact that I'm watching someone who thinks they should have a voice for how the balance and how the game for the overall people who are both competitive and casual should go, just because his wife came home and a lot of people in the numbers of the game grew because they dropped the PvE mode. First of all, if you actually look up what their target audience was, it wasn't you, the casual player who just wants to come home and have fun with the game. It was for those who are competitive. It's just those who like Marvel think that because they want to play at like a PvE Destiny type of game level, that the game made the wrong decision making it morely for competitive players, because it's Marvel and people want this, and the characters are unbalanced. Brother, you don't even know what balance is. You have never played high rank. You've never played a game where you have actually achieved everything in it. Like, this is just things that I've noticed, that people like this think they have a voice. And when I watch the comments of a game being bad and stuff like that, unless it's Concord, I don't understand why you're complaining, because it really sounds like a skill issue. And the reason why I'm talking about Marvel Rivals is the biggest example of players who don't know what being competitive and casual is. Like, you guys talk about it as a trend, as a popular like conversation. That doesn't define its main definition and how it came about. A casual player is someone who doesn't care about win and loss and plays every once in a while. But they have other things going on in their life. That's why they're a casual player, because they have other things they rather care about. And competitive people are those who actually care about the game and try to get better at it, whether it's ranked or not, because there was a time where there wasn't. You think competitive players didn't exist until ranked exists? That's stupid. So I don't understand why I go into a competitive match and I'm having morally a conversation with someone about how to act as a human being based in this environment, instead of actually having a conversation about the game. Like, I've had arguments with competitive people, or I've had conversations with competitive people, but like, my God, the conversations we're having are not even about the game at this point. It's about the mentality. Oh, things have gotten too competitive. This game was made for competitive people. Of course it's too competitive. Why am I watching videos of people talking about Marvel Rivals is too competitive? Gaming Battlefield 6 has become too competitive. That makes no fucking sense. Those games were meant for those who want to go to war at each other. What are you talking about? What are you trying to turn this into some Minecraft creative mode? That makes no fucking sense. That's why there's no balance for what you guys are talking about. And I'm not talking just about casual players. I'm talking about competitive people who think they're competitive just because a rank showed you can achieve it. Anyone can achieve a high rank if they get better at a game. Doesn't mean you're competitive. Competitive and casual is a mentality. It's how you see the game. So when you call yourself casual, but you have a bunch of hours and you spend most of your content posting videos about how you hate a game, you're not a casual gamer. You're a gamer who has emotional problems and mental issues, because you spend more time focusing on the games you hate and posting videos about how you would rather play another game than this, and talking about how you're getting burned out. And how do you get burned out? That makes no sense. First of all, you have free will to touch a game and play it. You get burnt out. Oh, it's burning me out. I just can't play it. Why are you still playing a game you don't want to play anymore? How about make content on the games you want to play, so then I have a perspective of where you're coming from? But all I hear is hate, hate, hate. It doesn't matter what content creator I'm talking about. It's the fact that you guys all do it. And I'll post a content creator right now of a different mindset of what I'm talking about, that actually is a gamer. This is a gamer. This is someone who understands the game and is trying to do their best, but they're complaining more about the problem of the mindset. It's not even the game. Brother, why are people asking for more tanks and more supports, but y'all can't even execute what's in the game already. What? Oh, but it's the ability's fault. Brother, you can't even aim. Let alone give a damn about the ability. You can't even aim. You end the game with 20% accuracy or less every time. EOMM. I don't believe in that shit. That shit's stupid. At the end of the day, it's an individual with a brain on my team. Why the hell are you here if you're not even gonna try? That's who I'm gonna talk to. You give a damn about developers making a matchmaking system? I don't care how they matchmake. At the end of the day, you put yourself here. You gotta at least try. That's what I'm confused about. And so y'all can disagree or not, but I made a video, or not a video. This is my video, but basically like a whole 4 or 5 pages on like why I feel like gaming has become so toxic between developers and gamers, whether you're casual or competitive. I don't know why this is the majority content I see on the internet when it shouldn't be the most popular conversation or agreement. These people have mental issues and have emotional imbalance. The fact that a video game makes you emotionally imbalanced is fucking insane. Go do something else in your life. That is not something to be proud of or talked about. That literally shows you have no self-control. And it's the craziest thing that people think a coding is going to help them win every game and feel good about it. It's weird. So I understood, and I made a note about it. I boxed it. That out of all the notes I made, and out of all the content I've seen, all the mindsets I've seen about people, quote unquote, being this understanding of the community or being the voice for the community, is that everyone wants to win. It doesn't matter how you want to balance change, if you want the mindset to change, if you want them to change the matchmaking. It doesn't matter. Why do you want that to happen? Is because you want to win. Here's the kicker. Everyone that wants to win has to win against who? You're not fighting against AI, are you? So those that are complaining are the losers. At the end of the day, those who win have to create losers, and those who lose are creating winners, whether they like it or not. So I'm so confused why everyone wants to make changes and blames the developers for them not winning when you know damn well it's the person on your team not giving a shit and they're choosing to put themselves in competitive. We need to address that person and get them off the game or get them to start trying. Or we need to stop getting everyone to feel like they can win every game. You're going to get better, but you're going to fight people who are also doing the same thing. So as the game progresses, it doesn't mean it's getting worse and the matchmaking is getting worse and people are getting worse and none of that is happening. It's just people are getting better. They're understanding. They're not making the same dumb mistakes. I see players make the same stupid mistake and blame the game for it. Brother, the game doesn't move for you, you do. The game doesn't choose when your abilities activate, you do. So counterplay, like you guys ruin the concept of counter. There's no counter if you ruin the ability, the fact that you have to counter. What are you guys talking about? Like half of the videos I see about changes on some characters is like this is just a personal issue. And some of the guys that like make content, you guys play the same character. This is a game, a competitive game, a hero shooter. A hero shooter doesn't rely on one character to win. Are you guys stupid? I don't give a damn if it's Marvel. If it's your favorite character, you can't just play one character and win every game. And I mean, if you do that, my God, you are some god at video games. That's a different conversation. But the reality is you have to make switches throughout the match. So those who want to just play one character or think because you had the most experience in this character, this is where you, brother, if you get counterpicked, you're gonna bitch about the game. Oh, poke characters are way too strong if you're an Iron Man character. Poke characters are way too strong if you're a fantastic character. There's no such thing as mains in hero shooters. You can choose to be a main, but a main doesn't identify the fun you're supposed to be having in the game. If I choose to play one character, whether win or loss, a win doesn't identify, oh, I'm having fun. That's so stupid. What a childish thought process. So those who want to say that, retarded. You don't understand what it means to play a video game and actually enjoy it for what it is. You're just someone who doesn't win in life. And a video game's an easy way to do it. So you complain to developers because it's so much easier to do that than get the vote you needed in fucking politics. It's just weird. It's just weird. Like, I feel like I shouldn't have to explain this, but it's true. So whether y'all disagree with me or not, that's perfectly fine. The problem with the situation is that people put themselves in a situation where they rather spend more time complaining instead of doing the things they enjoy in life and explaining why this is more enjoyable than this. Instead, you rather revolve your talking point and your content around the things you hate. Brother, of course you're gonna find an audience that relates to you. Doesn't mean it's right. This is the weirdest thing, is that people don't even know the morality of the situation we're living. You guys believe toxicity and complaining matters more than the fact that you just prospectively suck at the game, or you should be doing something else in life than being here and getting mad. It's just weird when you have the freedom to do that. So again, I don't care what people say, but this is just the reality, and I know there's a lot of people that agree with me. But I'm not here to just complain about it. I'm here to also bring solution. So I'm just explaining to you to why I believe the content I'm gonna make and why I'm gonna approach this way is because I believe things have become so toxic, and for the stupidest reasons too, which is just perspective, which can easily be changed. So if you want to play Marvel Rivals, a hero shooter, we gotta first identify, what do you want to achieve? What do you want to feel from this? Do you want to win? What a specific character do you like? I gotta understand, what do you want to achieve as a casual player? And then also for competitive people, what do you want to achieve? What rank are you looking for? Oh, what what are you trying to get better at? Tank, support, damage? I mean, I'll help you identify where to start learning and have the ability to learn on your own instead of paying for coaches, because paying for coaches in gaming, I do not believe in. I have a clan that I manage for Tekken, or mainly for fighting games, and just, I've noticed that I don't ask these people for money. And I've had people try to offer me money. I said no. It's a video game. Anyone can understand this. I'm just telling you what the game has told me. I'm just learning the mechanics for what the game is. I'm not, I'm not doing anything unique, even though I could. And certain people will, obviously outside the clan, I probably will, because it is very beneficial, which I do. But it's the fact that I'm trying to say is that everyone can learn. So I'm gonna make content, which at the same time, making YouTube videos will pay me in itself. So that being said, I feel like a lot of people just need to be educated on how to approach a game and how to process the situations they're dealing with. So I'm not here to tell you, oh, the best aiming in the game. I don't believe in that content. I'm not here to teach you the things you're doing wrong in every rank. Because I don't even know that for every rank, because you can see my rank right there. I'm here to show you how to learn, how to be so intelligent that you don't need anyone to show you when you're wrong, because you can identify that yourself. This is much more powerful wisdom than just telling you the game itself and how you can do it correctly. Which means you can carry this philosophy in any video game and become good. So then it's by choice. Do you want to put in the time to keep up with those who understand that as well and compete and play in ranked or be competitive? Or do you just want to be a casual gamer who just enjoys the game, and every once in a while when you play it, at least you're doing better than what you did last time? So it doesn't matter who I'm talking to. This benefits people either way. So I had to write this down and get an understanding for how this needed to be explained. Because at first I sounded like I was insulting people, which I was. I'm not trying to. I'm just trying to give a real understanding of what's happening and why developers aren't listening is because we have a lot of people who don't even try to do the best they can in gaming to then complain about it and then ask for balance changes. It's just weird. It's just weird, especially when they don't even know the target audience it was meant for in the first place. Of course, if you're someone who's not that competitive, this game Marvel Rivals was never meant for you. So, videos of educating you on Marvel Rivals when I do it is not gonna be for you because this game is not meant for you. We gotta start taking that in consideration. But I will play games that are single player. I will play games that are PvE because I'm just a gamer. I love playing all types of games, but I want to make money off of it so that I can spend more time doing this. But then also, I love educating people on how to get better at just playing the game for what it is. You can always build your suggestions and do that stuff. I do not care. Have your hatred as you like, but at the end of the day, actions speak louder than words. And most gamers are spending most of the time complaining instead of actually doing the actions of what they're complaining about. So I definitely just want to clear that up and see if most people see what I'm talking about. Because I'm not crazy, but I'm definitely crazy enough to hop on the internet and say that because I could be saying something that's not true for everyone, which is perfectly fine. I'm always willing to learn from my lesson and understand the truth because that's all I care about is understanding the truth of the situation. Is this game really bad for what it is? First of all, I had to identify who was it meant for. And then when I knew that and I saw the complaints, I already saw the problem. So definitely this video is not going to be as long. Well, it's going to be long because I'm talking. But next videos that come after this about other games and stuff like that, I'm definitely going to be spending more time to educate people on how to play the game while experiencing myself. So it's going to be interesting content because I'm not going to actually be the nerd and try to give you facts and stuff like that. I'm actually going to give you that casual, I say casual, but I'm talking about like just normal perspective, meaning like me and you just playing games and seeing it for what it is. So you're gonna see my perspective from just picking up a game, just learning about it, and trying to reach the highest level, and trying to pick up from other competitive people, learning from them, and applying it in my game, and giving my opinion about how the game is, and just normal, right? And I feel like this is just the best way to approach it. And all that stuff, and people would enjoy it. I definitely, genuinely believe people will. Other than that, yes, I'm going to start with Marvel Rivals. What is the problem? Obviously, the childish mindsets, the perspectives, people who feel like the problem with Marvel Rivals going too competitive or the PvE mode being better than what they're doing now. The game was not meant for you. So stop having this conversation, stop playing Marvel Rivals, go do something else in your life. Other than that, what do you guys want to learn? Tell me. If you're a casual player or competitive, tell me what the biggest struggle you have with right now in Marvel Rivals. And I'm going to try to break that down to you. I'm going to experience it myself. And I'm going to show you why this makes sense or why this doesn't make sense. Or it doesn't matter what it is. The idea is about facts. So this channel is strictly going to be about gamers who want the facts and then come up with your own opinions right after that. I do apologize. I just hit my mic right now. But yes, exactly. Other than that, I think I want to make something a thing. And I think it's because that's the kind of content I'm going to be making and all that stuff. Is make gaming great again. Mga. Definitely. Other than that, okay, I was just looking over my notes, making sure I talked about the summary of everything I wanted to talk about before I make other videos. Yes, subscribe, like, comment, please comment morely and like so this can pop into the algorithm from other people to give me their opinion, and please comment so I can understand actually how gamers think, the majority of actual gamers. Even those who feel like they're gamers, by all means go ahead. And when I mean feel like gamers, yes, you identify as a fake gamer, but you can become a real gamer. That's fine. But I need to understand the opinions of people. How do you feel about Marvel Rivals, or how do you feel how the toxicity is in gaming? Do you feel it's actually toxic, or do you feel people are just saying that? And developers are actually the biggest problem to gaming right now. You guys let me know what you think. Other than that, make gaming great again. Mga.